love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing, I'm always thankful.
How's it going, everybody? Now I got Zach interrupting me, but that's okay. We're rolling into episode I don't fucking know anymore. But nobody really cares what episode this is anyway, because no one ever watches or listens to this podcast anyway, unless their name is Brandon. So, we're going to start with our top 25 as we always do. It's been a hot topic. Hey, Easton, we're going into college top 25. It's been a hot topic this week. And
alrighty.
Top 4 teams, playoffs. Give me your thoughts.
A-State Bowling.
Fill me in, Nathan. What's going on? What do you want me to talk about? There's so much.
We're just the controversy between Florida State, why they should be in there, why they shouldn't be in there, everything.
You want my honest opinion?
My honest opinion is I understand why they're at number 5.
Okay, and what's the other people's? So I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings on this podcast.
Brandon, Zach.
Well, they did say they didn't have rules involved for key players being out of the playoffs, and that makes a decision. And people are like, well, Ohio State won the national championship in the first ever college football playoffs on the third-string quarterback, and all 3 quarterbacks are good. And they're like,
okay, so
they never talked about that point. Well, they did, but they didn't.
So you're on the train of they should have just let Florida State in.
Yes, because now you're punishing people for doing the right thing, for money.
And yes, I totally understand why people are mad about Florida State not being in. But let's be freaking honest with ourselves. They would have gotten their asses handed to them against Michigan. Can we all agree with that?
Well, we don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it would have been a wipe, but I totally see Michigan having a favor.
Yeah, Michigan would.
TCU went to the national championship game last year.
And look what happened when the committee got soft and let them in. They got blown out 67-7.
They beat the teams they're supposed to beat, though. They beat Michigan. It's a great playoff run. Like,
they beat okay. So, but TCU.
But you can't. But you're already down that. But it's fixed now. You're saying we have everything fixed for TV. We have everything fixed for TV.
Who did Alabama beat?
Even playing the games anymore. There's no point in playing the games anymore. You're just going to fix it for
Nathan, can you tell me who Alabama beat?
They beat somebody that beat Florida State.
Last week. Who did Alabama beat?
Last week they beat the number 1 ranked team.
Exactly.
Who
so if you
had
beat
also
the number 1 team.
But also they had beaten Florida State. Auburn had beaten Florida State. No, they hadn't. I'm lying to you. Never mind.
You know what? I don't.
Excuse me.
You know,
what I meant by that, Florida State beat Auburn. Not Auburn.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
But that's when they had that
I'm being
stupid.
stupid. Florida State beat Georgia, and then Alabama beat Georgia, so they have to be where they are.
Here's my final thing. Alabama beat the number 1 team in the freaking nation. What are you gonna do? Let them be 5? If they beat the number 1 team, they obviously have something to prove, so fucking let them in. Why not? I mean, Florida State...
Texas's loss to OU is worse than Alabama's loss to Texas. Because Alabama lost their conference champion. They lost to Texas, who lost their conference. And Texas lost to OU.
And that's why... Well, Texas beat Alabama, and that's why Texas...
I get that. I get why Texas beat Alabama. I think Alabama's loss to Texas is a better loss than OU's loss or Texas's loss to OU.
Okay. I mean, that's a valid point. But I just, when it comes to, that was weeks ago. And the committee has made it very simple that they are determining things in closer weeks. Like, they're not going to look back at week 1 and be like, damn, fucking Alabama beat UAB by 7. Shit, we can't let them in. But I get why people are frustrated. Why Florida? Because I mean, if Florida State would have been in, yeah, it would have been great. But Alabama in the end deserves it because they beat the number 1 team in the nation. Because what are you gonna do with them? Put them at 5? That doesn't make sense.
I agree. If anything, put Alabama as 3, Texas as 5, and Florida State as 4.
But football's more than just one person, though.
Washington is a good damn team. That's the thing. People don't understand. I have Washington winning it all. I think it's gonna be Washington versus Alabama.
with your 6-year senior.
Penix. Dude.
Dude, all the people that up for the Heisman are like 5th and 6-year seniors tried Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think you should be allowed to run the Heisman like that. I think you can do it if you have your 4 years. You can't be like a 5th, 6-year senior getting a fucking Heisman.
Did he take a COVID year? I think he did.
If he's 6 years, then yeah.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, that itself is a little dicey of itself. But Penix is a great quarterback. Yeah, he is a little old. He's basically an old man beating up on 20-year-old kids. But I think he's fun to watch. I think Washington will win it all. And I think it'll be Washington versus Michigan in the end. Because I think Michigan's really
You just said you thought it was going to be Washington versus Alabama a second ago.
Oh, did I say Alabama? I meant Michigan.
No, okay.
I swear. I think it's gonna be Michigan versus Washington.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, those are the best 2 teams in the conference or in the championship. That's why they're 1-2.
No,
So
I want Texas.
You want Texas to win?
Yep.
Horns down. Horns down.
Okay.
You know what? I say that, but Texas is a really fun team to watch, and I think this college football playoff will be one of. This will be fun. This will be fun to watch and people can stop like being down about Florida State because guess what? There's going to be a top 12 next year, and Florida
Liberty would be in. Liberty would be in.
I know that of itself. Here, I have a post that ESPN posted.
Would Liberty be in?
Liberty would be in the top 12. If they were to play right now, Liberty would play Florida State, and the winner of that would play Alabama. Like, that's freaking crazy.
Because if you're looking at the college football playoff rankings right now, they wouldn't.
Like, I'm looking at ESPN posted something 2 days ago about if the playoffs were a 12-team tournament right now, what it'd look like, and Liberty would play Florida State.
That's interesting because they're not even in the top 15.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Then I don't know. That's weird.
Unless that was based off of last week's rankings.
Probably.
Because right now it shows Liberty as number 23.
Let me look here for a second. But yeah, I mean the rest of the top 25. I think that here we can discuss this while I'm trying to figure this out. What is a top? What do you think will be better, a top 4 or a top 12 playoff?
Top 12.
Much 12 is fucking way too much.
12 is way. You don't want more football?
Way too much.
Yeah, I get it's way too much, but
at the end of the day, I'd rather 12 over 4.
Yeah, I mean this is what the people want. The people want to see more teams compete for a playoff. And if you want Florida State to compete in it, look, this is your chance.
100%.
Yeah. So
well, that's why they're making fun of. Not necessarily Trevor Lawrence last night, but they're making fun of his injury, and all the memes are like, "Oh, Jaguars suffered a quarterback injury. They're no longer qualified for the playoffs or the Super Bowl. They're automatically out.
Even though their backups
people are like, what would the college football playoffs think about this?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what are you saying about? Wait, what? Hold on, I'm confused. You were talking about Jacksonville, and then
no,
they're saying that since the Jags lost their quarterback, they're out of the playoff picture. But then they're like, what would Florida State say?
That's different.
Well, it's not different. It's the same thing Florida State's going through.
It's different. Divisions. They're different on how they work. If Jacksonville will probably win that division because the AFC South is an absolute joke, except Jacksonville. I mean, you got Houston in there, but I don't know. They're confusing as hell.
Well, this doesn't show college football is rigged, and I don't know what. Now you're screwing. Okay. Now you're screwing with the integrity of the game. Now you're punishing people for doing absolutely everything they're supposed to be doing.
So, okay, I have a question for you.
If you want it for money, just come out and say it. Just come out and say, look, we think this would be the better product that the casuals, football fans want to watch on TV. Just come out and say it. If they just come out and say it, I'm totally cool with it.
Yeah,
say the truth. But now because did you see the college football commissioner talk about it? It was like he was trying to talk like he was in court. He was like talking off of cue cards, like it didn't sound natural.
Oh.
He's like, "This is why we did this."
I'm gonna have to
Like,
watch that.
watch it. He's like uncomfortable. He's like, ugh.
Well, because he doesn't. The commissioner really doesn't have any say. It's a board. It's a council. It's a democracy. So he's got other people talking to his ear, and those people are telling him what to say, basically. I mean, that's life. There's gonna be people in your ear talking to you about what to say and what not to say.
And I don't listen to those bastards. I say whatever the fuck I want to say, goddammit. Oh, okay, so I've got a question for y'all.
Okay.
Going into next year with it being 12 teams, and with my whole problem I have with the ranking with what the SEC is about to do, how do y'all think that should play into all this, too?
What do you mean?
I don't think you should be able to be ranked if your conference does not play outside of its own conference.
Can you give me an example? Because I'm kind of confused.
Well, so in the next couple of years, SEC is going to be playing an all SEC schedule. Like Arkansas won't play anybody outside of the SEC.
That's what the Big 12 does. I mean, the Big 12 plays. They will play them. They will play everybody in that conference because it's just one big conference. They don't have East and West.
Yeah.
But I think that will be better for the SEC if they just play SEC teams because then you would really know who is the best team without seeing these freaking
Okay, within the SEC, yes. But if you also never come outside of your conference and play other teams in other conferences, there's no way to scale you over those other conferences.
That's honestly true because people don't. I mean, if the SEC had a down year, it's hard to believe.
Here's a great example. At this point, it's like the XFL versus the NFL. If they decided to start ranking XFL teams against NFL teams for whatever reason,
yeah,
you can't gauge that if they don't fucking play each other.
Right, and I totally agree with that because if you're gonna do that where you rank conferences like the SEC is better than the Big 12, then why don't we do how soccer does it and have leagues and stuff? You have Champions League and then you have the rest. I don't know the rest because I'm not a big soccer fan. Let me know, but have it set up like that to where if you want the SEC to represent the best league or the best conference in college football, do it that way.
Now, one thing that I think you could maybe do, I think once we go to the 12 team thing, how many conferences do we have?
There's a lot.
Well, all the super conferences are next year. So next year, technically, you could have Rutgers, UCLA Big Ten championship game next year, or you could have USC and Maryland Big Ten championship game next year. It's gonna be crazy.
Which I love.
And the SEC and the Big Ten next year are going to get rid of divisions. I think the SEC is doing it, but I know for a fact that the Big Ten is. I think the SEC is going to get rid of the divisions too.
The Big Ten has needed to get rid of divisions a long time ago because it's literally Michigan, Ohio State. Whoever wins that game at the end of the year is going to win the Big Ten.
The Big Ten and West is. Big Ten and West is. I won't say it's a joke, but
okay.
West
is all right. Get a load of this. Or here's I'm going to give y'all something to think about, and I think this is how it should be done. Right now in the FBS, we have 11 different conferences. If we are going to have a 12-game playoff, the number one seed makes it, and then the conference champ of every conference goes.
I think so.
That would be very interesting.
But how do you seed the conference? Okay, if you win
that's so.
You would seed the conference based off your rank. So, say the Sun Belt team goes, but the Sun Belt team is ranked 24, then they'd be the bottom rank or the bottom seed.
Man, that would be insane.
That's how they should do it.
But guess what? That sound. Wait. Oh shoot! It looks like Zach just left. That sounds very interesting, and I think that'd be awesome. But
we have an undefeated Sun Belt team versus undefeated Conference USA team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the conference.
Yeah. It'd be interesting, but
I mean, that's essentially how, give or take, that's more realistic to how March Madness works.
And it's basically how the NFL does it.
Because isn't the conference champ of every basketball conference have a spot in the March Madness?
Yep. It's an automatic ticket in.
That's exactly how that should be then. If you're going to make it that big, that should be your guaranteed in.
Yeah, but here's the argument that people would say.
But then you don't fucking have to worry about rankings anymore.
Right. But people would argue, like, okay, so why does Arkansas State get to be a 12 seed and Oklahoma, who is ranked, doesn't get in? Because they didn't win their conference championship. But
which I get that. But then all you got to do is say, you got to strive for something better.
Yeah. I mean, that, like I was saying.
I mean, the NFL's like that.
Idea. Yeah, it'd be a great idea. But the college football playoff committee is filled with people that don't want to do hard things, and they just want to take the easiest route and take the top 12 teams.
So, like here's a good example. Like the Cowboys are like, what, the second or third best team in the NFL right now? I'd probably say third or fourth best team in the NFL right now. But
wait, what'd you say?
The Cowboys. They're like the third or fourth best team in the NFL right now.
They've only beaten one team with a winning record.
But
that's crazy.
They're like third or fourth in their subconference, so they're only a wild card position.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because their subconference is like the best winning subconference right now.
I'm gonna look.
Well, think about having a committee, and a lot of people are saying this, and I agree with it. You have a committee, a bunch of suits and jackets, deciding over this stuff, and not, they're not. Why don't you go to Florida State's locker room and say it? Why are you saying it behind a desk or a TV screen? You know, saying like a committee of who picks the college football playoff committee? I mean, that's fixing it rigged. So who says a committee of old people are going to say who's in and who's out? Come on now. I know they're ADs and stuff, but come on now.
It's crazy.
So like Easton, Cowboys are number 2 in their
where at in their division?
Yeah, but they're like they would probably be number 2 in the conference.
In the conference, they are ranked here. I'm looking at it right now, actually. They're what the hell? They're fit. It says they're 4th, but the app is fucked up. They are 4th.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! The NFC sucks.
Well, the Niners beat the Eagles, so that helps out the Cowboys, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but in the
There's
whole
a lot
league,
of season left, though. There's a lot of NFL season left, so it's like
I don't really care about the NFL right now. I just
like the NFL. Every game does count. Every game doesn't count.
Dude, can we go on NFL? Can I go on a tangent?
Sure.
I'm glad. Yeah, you know what?
Let's go, baby!
Hold on.
Yes.
I am glad the Packers beat the Chiefs.
I am glad.
Too. Because it's fucking ridiculous how this team operates. It's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
I mean, between that and the Broncos, that's a big slap in the face right now.
I know. I'm glad we're getting our eyes open, and it's like, hey, maybe we should spend money on a wide receiver. Not let 34-year-old Travis Kelce run 30-yard routes down the field. Just let him do a slant, and look what fucking happens. And look what Rashee Rice does. When you throw a little slant over the middle, he'll run 30 yards for a touchdown. It's crazy. And then Isaiah Pacheco, one of the best running backs in the fucking league. 100%. He is one of the best running backs. And you cannot tell me otherwise. He runs angry, and I love when he gets the ball. But you know what? We decide to just not run the ball, and we just decide to, force passes. Mahomes looks like he can't even see the field, and he can't even set his feet to throw. And when he does it, when he does his off-balance passes, it's a pick 6, or it's a pick, or throw 5 feet behind him.
Look what I just put in the Discord and watch it. Because the Packers DB said he knew exactly what the Chiefs are going to run.
In the general?
And they got a pick off it.
Which one?
The latest one. I just put in the Discord.
The NFL on Fox.
I got what text channel?
Oh, in the Sports Tent.
Oh, fuck. Crap, I don't know. I don't know how to work Discord. Okay, I got it. Let me look.
Bus over here.
It's called watching film.
You know what that? Okay, here, perfect. I'm glad you brought up this play. Holy hell! Why? Let me. This is my team. I can talk. Why in the hell are we running a 1v1 route with our 5'10" Sky Moore wide receiver? Why can't that be Rashid Rice, who is 6'2" and can jump so damn high? Or Marquez, who can't even catch, but you know, I'd rather have him in than Sky Moore. Why are we running 1v1 routes with Sky Moore, who needs to be doing out routes, slants, or posts? Not jump balls, fade routes. Lee, it's this. Matt Nagy should be fired after this year. He is terrible. Oh my lord.
And you coached Trubisky to a Pro Bowl.
Oh, well, like that's a yeah. He's gonna send another quarterback to the Pro Bowl, Mahomes. Because you know what? I love the Chiefs. They're my favorite team. But guess what? They ain't gonna go to the Super Bowl. Even if they do go to the Super Bowl, they ain't winning. Because guess what? It's gonna be either the San Francisco 49ers or the Philadelphia Eagles. Nobody in the AFC is good. It's competitive, but no one in the AFC is winning the Super Bowl, hands down. It's gonna be Philly.
I saw this graphic, and it was like Mahomes is going to walk to the Super Bowl because all the AFC quarterbacks.
Well, he's going to walk to the playoffs. I wouldn't say the Super Bowl. I would walk to the playoffs because literally, who do we got?
But here's the sad thing. The Broncos need to win just 2 more games, and the Broncos win or lose. Or no, excuse me. Broncos win 2 more games. Chiefs lose 2 more games, and they're tied.
Which I don't. Oh my God! Nathan, if we lose out, if we lose one more game out of the season, I might take my foot and ram it so far into my door. We play the Buffalo Bills, which is tough, but I think we can win. Maybe. Then we play the Patriots. We play the Patriots, who are 2-10. If we don't blow them out of the water, I'm gonna cry. And then we play the Raiders, which they suck. And then the Bengals are missing their quarterback.
But but the Bengals are still doing very well.
Well, they beat a backup quarterback. Trevor Lawrence would have smoked them in overtime. And then we have the Then we play the Chargers. If we lose 2 games out of the following teams I said, we aren't gonna make it to the playoffs. We aren't even gonna make it out of the first round. Nathan, Lord, it is tough because if we have to play Jacksonville, or no, not Jacksonville. We would play Pittsburgh.
Hey, but are you getting worried that you might have to get me that Vikings jersey now?
The Vikings aren't winning the Super.
Hey, but they're going. They'll probably go.
I'm telling you, if there's
they'll make it to the playoffs. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, the Minnesota will probably make it. It's tough though. But if there's anybody that's going to represent the NFC in the championship, it's going to be Philly or San Francisco.
I want to see Detroit and San Francisco in the playoff game. I don't care where.
I literally moved the box.
That would be a great game to watch because they're both the same. They're both physical teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be. I mean, Detroit has. Oh my lord.
Just gritty.
Dan Campbell.
Like their coaches coming back. 14 down and winning the game. Come on now, against the Saints almost came back and won, and they're bringing out to hold off a comeback.
Yeah,
I mean, the Saints came back like 28 points. I'm like, oh my lord.
You know, if that were the Chiefs, you know what they would have done? They would have continued to choke the rest of the game and just rolled around and died. That's what we would have done. But
like the Packers DB said, we figured them out. We knew exactly what they're going to call.
Yeah, because Matt Nagy is the most predictable coach.
They didn't change your signals.
Why did we hire him?
Teams change receivers every week.
Why did we hire Matt Nagy as our offensive coordinator?
Because he's a privileged NFL coach. Those guys get rotated every year. It's just a revolving door. So, like, when a coach gets fired, they get hired in 2 weeks. It's like it happens with all the coaches.
We should have paid. Why didn't we pay the enemy or something? Because I love Eric. I love the enemy, dude. He was a GOAT offensive coordinator. Now we got Matt Nagy, who took Mitchell Trubisky and basically screwed him, and he's doing the same thing with Patrick Mahomes, and it sucks. It sucks so hard right now to be a Chiefs fan. Even though we're 8-4, and I know we could be the Carolina Panthers, who are 1-11.
Well, hey, I will also put this out there. One thing that Mahomes has been struggling with the last 2 years or so, at the very least, is one of the things that I define as a good quarterback or not. And even though the play might be a busted play or a bad call on the coach's part, you still shouldn't throw a ball that could be contested that heavily.
Oh yeah, I think 100%, because he was used to Tyreek Hill. It wasn't a problem like big last year, but it's definitely a problem this year, 100%. Because it's his interceptions, I believe, are as high as they have ever been. And yeah, the Chiefs are struggling. If there's anybody in the AFC that I trust winning or going to the Super Bowl, it's definitely the Ravens. Miami, they're not good.
Yeah, he has 10 interceptions on the year.
Yeah, that's a joke. Miami is a joke of a 1 seed so far, and I think Baltimore should be it. But yeah, I think Baltimore will win the AFC 100%.
Interesting.
Yep, that's my take, and I'm pissed off. I would like to conclude talking about the NFL and the Chiefs.
Well, before we get done with that game, what do you think of the Packers? Crickets. Easton, you okay?
What did you say? I thought Easton was going to talk.
I said, but before we finish off on that game, what did y'all think of the Packers? Oh, Easton just got off. Bye-bye.
Are they getting blipped? Is Thanos back?
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, there you are.
We thought you got Thanos back.
Yeah, dude, it literally did. My internet just went out. So, do we want to
talk about It's 5 years later. It's 5 years later.
It's 5 years later. Oh yeah, we're rich and famous off this podcast now.
He still has those subs.
Oh, okay. But what did you think about the Packers' performance there, Easton?
I think Jordan Love looks pretty damn good right now.
I wasn't so sure about him at the beginning of the year, but he's turning out. He's prospering.
Yeah, he's turning out pretty good. I would honestly judge him until the season's over. He's looking
100%.
pretty good right now, but you really can't make predictions yet because they are 6-6.
I just saw a game that Brandon and I kind of talked about yesterday, or no, the day before. Jets and Falcons, they only lost 13-8. The Jets are kind of interesting, actually, because they have the best defense in the NFL right now.
Oh, I think they have a great defense, and I think Aaron Rodgers should just sit. They've already lost too many games.
Oh, I don't disagree.
I think they're done. Maybe next year, but the Jets have a very good defense. Just they don't have any offensive support.
Yeah,
that just sucks because you can't win. And I'll go back to the Chiefs. You can't win games with a great defense but a mid offense because you're not putting points up on the board consistently.
Yeah. Now I'll say I don't think the Jets is Zach Wilson's problem. I think it's a coaching problem. I think he would do just fine anywhere else.
Maybe, but Zach Wilson, he played. He had a good game against the Chiefs, but I think Zach Wilson's a bad quarterback. But he just doesn't know. The coaches just don't know how to coach him. Yeah. He's a terrible quarterback. He is a loose thread of.
Here's another good example. Patriots with what's his face?
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Mac Jones.
He's another.
Patriots, what a shit show.
He's not a bad quarterback either, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
like he took him.
I don't think the Patriots have good coaching, and this goes all the way back to before even Brady. The only reason the Patriots were what they were was because of how smart and good Brady was. It wasn't because of any coach. Because before Brady stepped in, the Patriots sucked then too.
And they don't know how to surround.
Bledsoe. They had Drew Bledsoe, but they I feel bad for the Patriots defense because look at the Patriots defense last 3-4 games. They haven't given up shit for points. They just have an offense that can't score. So the Patriots defense has actually been their bright side. It's not been getting blown out 52-0. They lost a game 6-0. They lost a game like 10-6. I mean, come on. They lost like another game that was low scoring for defense. It's like.
Well, they lost to the Chargers 6-0. They lost to the Giants 10-7. They lose to the Colts 10-6. They lose to the Commanders 2017. Dolphins, that's not a good example. Then they beat the Bills. Come on now.
Yeah, Bills are inconsistent this year.
And then they lose to the Raiders by 4.
So they're consistent on defense. There's just no offense.
Yeah, the Patriots are ranked top 10 in defense. I'm looking it up right now.
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean,
how crazy it is you have a top 10 defense with a struggling offense. Usually, they're not that good because you have to play more defensive snaps.
You know why? Because name the leading receiver for the Patriots.
I don't know.
Exactly. Like Juju Smith-Schuster, who was the leading receiver for the Chiefs.
Why did he sign there? That's crazy. Why would you go sign there?
Exactly. You didn't even know he's on there because they don't utilize receivers. Bill Belichick does not know how to draft or get receivers. He doesn't know how. Except the last good one.
That's why they're talking about sending him off to another team.
Who? Bill Belichick to the Washington Commanders would actually be insane. That's what I'm hearing. Could you imagine?
They've been talking about getting rid of him for the last 3 weeks now.
I think they should get rid of him, and I think Washington should pick him up because could you imagine Bill Belichick?
Speaking of Washington, everyone thought it was speculation and rumors, and the white privileged people were making up that the Native Americans wanted the Redskins name and logo back. Well, the Native American Committee, whatever the fuck they call themselves, sued the state of Washington over the name.
That's crazy.
Or I guess not the state of Washington. I guess it'd be Washington D.C. But whoever the hell it was, they sued the team over the name change, and they're like the guy in the logo was a real guy, and y'all represented one of our like great big people, whatever, and we want it back.
If the man #bring back Redskins, I guess.
Hey man, we're getting the Redskins back.
That'd be crazy, but that is nuts. But
which I always thought it was funny. We got rid of the Redskins, but we didn't get rid of the Chiefs.
Yeah, and did you hear about what happened at the Raiders game? Here, I'll talk to you, Nathan, because it looks like Brandon just exited the chat.
Hi, Brandon.
You guys just all went silent, even though I was still in the chat.
That happens to occasion.
So here, Nathan, I kind of want your opinion about this.
Oh yes, the kid who dressed up as a little Indian.
Yeah, and
I think that's the cutest shit ever.
And he got trolled he got bashed for having blackface.
Yeah, because did you see what the reporters and journalists did? And I think they should be sued and prosecuted over this.
Oh, 100%. They only took a picture of half of his face.
Yep, and then said they had a kid at the game doing blackface. To be fair, even in my own opinion, if the kid painted his whole face black and was still in the Indian get up and everything, I still don't see a problem with that.
Well,
because it's war paint.
It could be as war paint, but still, it's a little sketchy. But I think it's kind of ridiculous.
Because the whole blackface thing, it's only blackface if your intent is to do the whole blackface thing.
Yeah,
it's a story just to make clicks and views. That's all.
Exactly.
It's not real. It's not real reporting. They just get news to get people riled up and talking about it because it helps the algo. It helps the algo. They need people to be involved with the the article so they interact with it, so they get their
It's
views
true.
and likes, so they get their money. That's how they get their money.
And I think they should be prosecuted over it.
That would, I mean, exactly. Like
There's a goal is freedom of speech.
there's no
There's a difference between freedom of speech and defamation. Those reporters could have fucked up that kid's reputation for the rest of his life.
I feel like they already did, because I mean, literally, people are bullying the kid and the parents, and I'll say this, and then I'm probably not gonna
Shit, they bought the headdress at a Chiefs store.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, and I won't talk about it again. I think it's crazy that the kid can get bashed for this, and then just the media goes silent. Like it's a kid at the end, and there's no normal parent that's just gonna be like, yeah,
hey, you should do blackface in the game. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, like there's not gonna be. I would love to see the parent that be like that. Has the intention of being like that. That's
right.
Fucked up. And then so I'm done. I'm done. I'll say that, and then I'm done. I can't get myself in any trouble now.
Well, who fucking cares?
That's why we have.
Fuck
the
system. That's why I'm here, bitches.
Nathan.
Can't touch me when I work at a church. I mean, you kind of can, but suck my balls.
Suck my balls. Oh, Lord.
That's going to be a soundbite.
Can we talk about next week's game? Because I gotta skedaddle.
Yeah, we got it. So, we're going to go through our pick'ems. I guess we'll just go East and Brandon me.
Okay.
Patriots Steelers Thursday night.
This is a terrible game, Steelers.
Yeah,
Steelers.
Texans Jets.
I'm gonna go Texans.
What are you doing on my desk, you cat? You crackhead. Yeah, I have a couple cats running around in here. That's what's been making all the noise in here. I'm taking the Texans. Look your biscuits. No, I don't need you in all my wires. Next game, we got Rams at the Ravens.
Ravens.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take Ravens. Panthers at the Saints.
Panthers at the Saints. Oh man, Saints.
Even without their car.
That doesn't matter. Saints. They got Taysom Hill, and I picked his ass back up, and oh my God, he's doing me points because he's getting them running back points, he's getting them quarterback points, and he's getting them tight end points. I love that shit. It's always great when Taysom Hill's out there. I love it when the Saints are in the red zone because it just Taysom Hill walks his nice little preppy ass out there and gets the damn job done. All right. We got Colts at the Bengals.
Colts at the Bengals. Man, I'll go Colts on this one.
Dude, the Bengals quarterback last night played amazing.
He did.
I mean, he played good, but I think Michael Pittman's going to be a little sketchy though for the Bengals.
I don't.
So I'll go Colts.
I don't disagree. But
the Colts are on the hot streak. I think it was 4 or 5 wins in a row now.
4. No. 4. Cat, why you keep getting on my desk? But they haven't been winning by a huge margin. They've been winning by a touchdown each time.
Magic, baby. That's Minshew the Magic.
I'm going to take Bengals just because they're on a hot win, and then they got the home funny dunnies. And they'll be all right. So next we have Buccaneers at the Falcons. Biscuits. You cannot have my leftovers.
Man, this is gonna be a good game. Buccaneers. Mike Evans is a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking good. I'm glad he's on my fantasy too.
Wow,
I'm taking Buckies.
That's all you care about.
I say one thing, and it's like my whole world revolves around it.
Oh wow, this next game is gonna be interesting.
All right, we got Jaggies at the Browns. It's just gonna be Jags. The Browns have been struggling without their quarterback.
Well,
Another game of backups. I go Jags.
Yeah.
That's true, actually.
I'm gonna go. The Browns have the number 1 defense in the league. I think, even though I just said that defense doesn't win you games a lot.
Yeah, but when you got 2 backups, it might help.
When you have 2 backups, it will help. So I'll go Browns.
But the Browns just lost pretty terribly to the Rams.
Joe Flacco back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Browns. Browns, as Zach would say.
Let's see what the Jags. Yeah, let's see what the Jags do.
Where is Zach? We need the Browns.
Yeah, Browns. All right, next we got. Oh, this is gonna be a blowout. Lions at the Bears.
Lions.
Next, Easton, what'd you think about that Lions Green Bay game over Thanksgiving?
I thought it was great.
That was the best awesome. Thanksgiving game we've had in a long time, in my opinion.
100%. I thought that was the best Thanksgiving game that day. Yes.
Oh, it's good. Next, we have Seahawks at the Niners.
Niners.
You know, crazy? They played each other twice in 3 weeks because they played each other 2 weeks ago.
That's what the Chiefs did. That's what the Chiefs did with the Broncos.
Then we have Vikings Raiders.
Oh man, Vikings all the way.
Yeah, Vikings. I don't want them to win because it helps Green Bay's chance of the wild card, but yeah.
I don't know what.
Broncos Chargers.
I really want the This is
going
to be
a good game in a weird way.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I think
I'll go Denver. Brandon Staley can't coach the Chargers.
I'm taking Broncos,
Chargers are too talented, but they keep losing because of bad coaching. Khalil Mack leads the league in sacks. Let's go Broncos. Let Russ cook.
I don't want any of these teams to win, but the AFC West fan of me wants the Chargers to win because I want the Broncos to keep dropping in games. So
you need the Broncos to drop.
Yeah, I need the Chargers to win.
Because the AFC is so good right now, if the Broncos take the lead in the division, the Chiefs are going to actually have a difficult time getting a wild card position.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But this next game, speaking of the Chiefs, segue.
Speak of the devil. Bills at the Chiefs.
You guys can do your spiel. I'll go last.
The Chiefs have 4 losses, and they've only had the most is 5 in the Mahomes era. So the Chiefs could possibly lose the most games they've had in the Mahomes era.
You know when they had 5 losses? You know what year that was?
Was that COVID?
No, it was. I thought it was the year we won the Super Bowl.
I think y'all had I think that was probably. Yeah, y'all lost 5 y'all's first 6 games.
And that's back when they were 16-game schedule.
Yeah. All right, Nathan, who are you picking?
I'm actually going to take the Bills on this one.
Surprising.
Is that the Bills or is that Kansas City?
Just look.
It's at Kansas City.
Just look how well they've been playing the last couple weeks.
I know. Okay, I'll say this.
They only lost to the Eagles by a field goal. They fucking raped the Jets against a really good Jets defense. They hornswoggled them.
Yeah, they lost to the Broncos, though, and Bengals.
Yeah, but so did y'all, so that doesn't mean nothing.
That's true. we split them. We split them. Okay, I'll say my spiel.
Okay.
Lord, please. If we don't win this game, it's going to be hell of a... Oh, it's going to be so bad. I'm going to be so mad. But, I'm going to go Chiefs, and if we don't win this game, I'm going to come back on this podcast crying.
If the Bills win, I want to see Josh Allen making out with Taylor Swift in the suite.
Oh, and I hate Josh Allen so much, bro. Oh, my God, if we don't beat the Bills, Nathan. If we don't beat the Bills, Nathan, I'm going to be pissed.
What are you
doing? The Chiefs go to the XFL. The Chiefs go to the XFL if they don't win.
Biscuits, what are you doing? Why aren't you on my desk? That's her name.
That's her name.
Biscuits.
Oh man,
because all she does is make biscuits. Oh, and she closed my Chrome tab. Oh, hang on, let me get back up.
Do you need me to say it?
Nope, it's tradition here. All right, next we got Eagles at the Cowboys. This would be a good game.
This is gonna be a fun game.
That's the game of the week. Is that a primetime game?
It is. Sunday night.
Oh, Sunday night. That's the prime. Oh. Where's that? Oh, it's at Dallas.
It's at Dallas, yeah.
I go Eagles with a rebound.
I'm going
Cowboys
Philly.
But they've only been
I'm taking. Hang on. Oh, there it is. America's team. There it is. That's what I'm taking.
2 Monday night games.
And I was about to say that we got doubleheader Monday night football games. First one of which is Green Bay at the Giants. It's going to be Green Bay.
Are they just trying to squeeze all the games in? Or something like?
Looks like it, yeah. I'm going to go
usually that's what they do at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, this is.
Packers and who?
Packers and Giants.
Oh, Packers. Tommy DeVito is playing well with the Packers and Giants. He's been playing the best all year.
The Packers defense is too good for him. That's fine.
Fudge pack.
And then next we have Titans at the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Faux show. I should have put H-Hand back in last week. It didn't matter because I won all week anyway. But he went up for like 22 points in fantasy for my league. And this was his first week back after his injury. Oh, he's in this week.
Yeah. Hopefully that's good.
I mean, against the Titans, they'll probably be fairly good at running.
Alright, y'all. I gotta hit it and split.
Are you going to be on Fortnite
Do the
again?
outro. Yeah, I'll probably play Fortnite. I'll probably have to talk to this it's doing a dream, but I'll get on eventually.
Okay. Well, I'm hopping on right after this. Alright, everybody, you big hornswoggling pirates, will you? Let's have fun with that. But anyway, thank you all for watching. We will be at this maybe again next week. It just depends on how many dicks we got up our ass. We see you all. Thank you for watching. Slash listening.
I'm barely breathing though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause the sense